Thank you, Dr. Mila, for introducing me and for saying that this will be a general synthesis of the 2010 CEP National Convention. Our 2010 CEP National Convention opened with a Eucharistic celebration officiated by His Eminence Ricardo Cardinal Vidal at the Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral. In his homily, Cardinal Vidal acknowledged that this year's theme, A Heart for Eden, A Hand at Ecology, is very timely and relevant, given the urgency of the need to address environmental concerns. He stressed the role of the Catholic schools to educate the young, using the pedagogy of Jesus, his self-denial for the sake of doing the Father's will and offering up one's life as a reason for many. We are giving you a copy of his homily. I think, I don't know if it has been distributed, but we have copies of the homily. In his opening remarks, CEAP President Monsignor Gerardo Santos emphasized the need to establish networks and linkages, and that our strength as an organization is in cooperation, not in competition. It was a pleasure to meet our special guest from OIEC, accompanied by their Regional Secretary, Father Rod Salazar. Finally, CEAP met OIEC. The Secretary of the Department of Education, Honorable Brother Armin Luistro, read the message of His Excellency Benigno Simeon Cojuangco Aquino III, President of the Republic of the Philippines. According to Brother Armin, this was really in the schedule of Pinoy. Unfortunately, the competition was too stiff. He had to go to the US. It might be recalled that last year he was with us when he received the award on behalf of the late President Cory Aquino. In his message, the President clearly recognizes CEAP as a strong partner of the government in empowering Filipinos with the skills and knowledge they need to be the best that they can be. Among other things, he pledged to support CEAP and to give more opportunities to the underprivileged because he believes that education is about mentoring and partnership. In his keynote address, Bishop Arturo Bastes said that A Heart for Eden is biblically poetic and A Hand at Ecology is scientifically modern. He described that the garden, which is the symbol of nature, is not an adversary to be destroyed or an evil from which one needs to be freed. It is a gift of God, a work of God's creative action. And the challenge is for us to evolve more and more into a gardener, a co-creator, not an exterminator. Renowned environmental advocate, attorney Antonio Oposa, presented a comprehensive situation of the environment, including both national and global challenges. In pushing his environmental advocacy, Attorney Oposa cited two best methods in teaching the youth: teaching by example and letting them experience. On day 2, we will probably never forget, in Bishop Lagdameo's homily yesterday, we will not forget the line, never, never give up. Indeed, we should never give up in pursuing CEAP's worthy goals and objectives. CBCP President Bishop Onchimar reminded us of our role as stewards and that we ought to save and restore creation. While the school heads were having their business meeting in the morning of day 2, we also had concurrent sessions on school's best practices relative to environmental preservation. And we learned more about environmental preservation during the concurrent sessions in the afternoon, which also included other interesting topics like gender mainstreaming, accreditation updates, legal issues, etc. I have received a lot of feedback from some of you, the delegates that I meet, that they wanted to attend so many of the sessions, but they had to choose from among the list of sessions that we gave out. We realized that we actually are providing you a resource so that you can invite these same speakers to your own schools, regions, and universities, and that we also intend to give you copies of all these presentations in CD, and this can be mailed to your schools. Thank you. Day 3, we started with aerobics and community singing, care of Dr. Espina. But we also had a forum, we just recently had a forum with our donors and partners for the environment, and we signed several memorandum of understanding. CEAP will continue to grow and grow. Okay, that is our collective resolve. We are not perfect, but with our best efforts, we think that we have achieved the goals of the convention, the objectives of the convention rather. So I'd like to look at the PowerPoint with a little data. We'd like to tell you that we have increased membership by 18 this year. Please show the slide. Thus, we are now 1,290 strong. For this year, we have 2,738 delegates, 45 plenary and concurrent session speakers, and at least 300 support folks for this convention. We have doubled the number of corporate partners and sponsors. We also have the support of local government units. We also got the support from our partners, Kakopea, international partners, Greenpeace, OYEC, KCF, RAFI, etc. On the first objective, we'd like to say that we have 15 schools as principal presenters of best practices on different topics, as you can see in the slide. On the second objective, we had seen once again the 10-point basic education reform agenda of Pinoy, and that we would like to be supportive of that agenda, especially those that are in the best interest of private Catholic education. We also say that for the third objective, next slide, we have 30 major topics in concurrent sessions, and that we were able to network with schools, government, business, NGOs, etc. The imperatives are very clear. Stewardship of creation, failure is not an option, we owe it to our children. Role of education and educators in environmental protection, and partnerships for sustainable development. We remain to be one association. Regionalization is a thrust. Membership development is one of the things that we would like to very seriously work on. And we say that we are one strong association founded on the strength of our regions. The next steps are also clear. Cascade convention results, organizational strengthening at all levels, at the regional level most especially, curriculum development, networking, GIPG, 5 strategic directions. We are very clear about where we intend to go. And to lead CEAP then for next year are you ready to listen to who our next year's officers would be? Okay, I hope the slides will help me out. Okay, yesterday we were able to we announced the 4 directors at large. Now last night there was the first organizational meeting where we elected the officers of CEAP. So for next year, 2010-2011, our president, probably this was clear a little while ago. For next year, our president is Father Greg Banyaga, CEAP NCR Director, President of Adamson University. Our Vice President is Father Tony Moreno, CEAP Region 9 Director and President of Ateneo de Zamboanga. Our Secretary is Sister Attorney Mercedicas Ang, SPC, Director at Large and President of St. Paul University, Sister. Our treasurer, unfortunately, he had to leave. He left last night. Is Brother Narciso June Urquiza, FSC, President of De La Salle University. Okay, members of the CEAP Board of Directors, we will show your faces all over again, just so nobody forgets that you got elected. Sister Anico, RVM, Director at Large, President, St. Mary's College, Quezon City. Sister Maria Mirna Concepcion, OSA. Can we just show her? Where is the camera? Can we just show Sister Mirna, President of La Consolacion College, Bacolod. Newly elected Director at Large. Next, we have newly elected Director at Large. We'll see Father Danny Montana, RJ. President, Reductionist Academy of Davao. Where is Father Danny? Please come up here in front. We're doing a little induction of ceremony. Brother June Urquiza, as I said, Director at Large, President of De La Salle. And the rest of the officers, or regional directors rather. Your nice picture once again, Sister Merceditas. Okay, the regional directors. For Region 1, we have Father Gilbert Sales, CICM. Region 2, we have Father Frank Picho, MS, Vice President for Administration and Finance, University of La Salle. Region 3, Father Rufo Cruz. Region 4, we have Father June Barria. Okay, let us see which region has the most number of delegates. Region 5, we have Father Crispin Cordero, SVP. For Region 6, we have Father Eli Rafael Fuentes. Region 7, the host region, we have Reverend Father Enrico Peter Sila, OAR. Where is Father Sila? Region 8, we have Sister Maria Rosario Obiniana, OSB. For Region 9, Father Tony Moreno, our Vice President. For Region 10, Father Ray Patian. For Region 11, Sister Assumpta David RVM. For Region 12, we have Father Ed Tanod, OMI. For Region 13, Father Florio Falcon. Director for Cordillera Autonomous Region, Sister Lourdes Dulay. And of course, representing the Superintendent's Commission, Father Pax Gallego. Okay, that completes my report. Thank you, and I don't know if there is a city tour. I think we did not put it in the itinerary, but that's your option when we close the convention. Thank you, and good morning.